like you know, having this also I was like very pumped up, waiting that I could get back into the 5M.
Oh yes.
Then I checked the Discord, and the main admin of the server where I was playing just had wiped it completely clean. And just said, "Oh, F it, I don't want to do this anymore."
Okay, that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Right, okay, Twitch, we are live. We shouldn't be hosting people anymore.
And I hear echoes as well.
Kira has got the echo.
Oh no, I'm hearing like the echo. It's quiet, but
I was adjusting my volume. Are you guys still getting an echo?
let's see.
Doesn't sound like it.
Okay. Yeah, then that was just me tinkering with the volume on my laptop.
Yeah. Okay, now that's kind of.
Oh, now the echo's back.
Interesting. Yeah.
On my end?
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything, I'm sitting here. That's weird.
It sounds like it's coming through your speakers being picked up on the mic.
Let me try something.
Okay, and hey, Christy is back.
Hi, Christy.
Oh, someone's very echoey.
Yeah.
And
Is that better?
Well, we shall hear.
I think it was Brian, to be fair.
I'd be amazed if it was me. I've got my headphones on and my microphone's a distance away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fixed.
Okay.
It seems.
Hooray!
Yay!
Yay!
So,
This is actually the last week I am not going to be streaming. Next week I'm getting back into the streaming field.
Nice. Also, hey Dom.
Yes.
I know I didn't even mention it before.
Yeah.
No.
he's been sitting there very quietly contemplating my demise.
Yes.
Even though it's usually the other way around.
Well, considering what we got last week, I'm not surprised.
Well, you tried to TPK us last week.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, like you'll either die or level up. You said. You'll be having trouble with this. You said.
Yeah, well, look at it this way. You guys have leveled up.
Yeah.
I was rolling good, you said. Sorry.
Don't apologize. I haven't said sorry for my sarcastic remarks.
Yep.
I know Brian's going to
This is
try and
true.
kill me at some point, but
I'll try and kill
Oh,
you.
you got
Probably.
Well, you've got that nifty new sword. Yeah,
yeah.
he's gonna try and kill you.
yes.
No, they're not. Mine are upstairs on the bed.
Right, that's that link done. Oh, right then, it has been a while.
Oh yes. Well,
Feels
I mean,
like
it's
it's been
only
a
been
while.
a week.
It feels like it's been 2. It really does feel like it's been 2 whole weeks.
I think it might have actually been 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd say it
Because,
hasn't. It has been a week, but it just feels longer this week.
Oh yeah.
With the heat wave we've had here in the UK and everything, it's felt a really long week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's been really hot here as well, so I might be tripping with time and melting. Yes.
Our stats on Twitch aren't updated yet.
Yeah, I know. I need to
far
edit
as I level
the
up.
D&D Beyond character sheets as well
Oh.
when I get around to it. So it's on the to-do list.
Sweet.
I see, said the blind man.
So, just so Christy's on the same page as everyone else, leveling up wise, Christy, do you want to take the flat rate for your HP, or did you want to roll that lovely d6?
Was this done before I went? Because I'm sure I did. Or have you leveled up again since then?
We leveled up last week after the fight against the captain, which is when you're on holiday.
I'll just take the flat.
Cool. And the bonus is you get a couple of spells for your level as well.
Ooh.
So,
Spells for last time, to be fair.
yeah, you get spells like every couple of levels. You only get like a couple at a time to add to your book. It's the joys of being a wizard.
Yeah, I know. I just don't think I ended up picking any.
That's fine. Just edit your character sheet really quick, and then we should get on with the recap.
Yes.
Assuming Roll20 is going to play fair. There we go. Level 10. What's the flat on the D6 these days? 3, wasn't it?
It's a 4.
Ooh, nice round 50. Hit dice are done. There we go. That is the wizard all leveled up.
Nice.
Besides spell picking, but
Yeah. It's a given.
alright then. So, welcome everybody to some Tales of Fumbles and Fortunes here on Tales of Game Connection. A show where we sit around and play D&D, albeit terribly and crazily. Just a quick recap for you all of what's happened. So, our wonderful party, who have called themselves the Burning Soul, had travelled to the town of Hillside to deal with the last remnants of the Civil War, namely with the Elven Captain and the 11th Royal Guard Division. Whilst you're in Hillside, you had some hijinks that involved a couple of bookshop owners, but you found out that what they were after here were some artifacts of the Elven royal family. You had worked out that they were in the mountains somewhere, and beyond that, that was all the intel you gathered. Upon venturing to the mountain, you came across some of the guards outside, and some more within the cave, where within you found an ancient temple to the elven sun goddess Amaterasu. Inside this temple, you fought and dealt with some Jurogumo, who were based basically off Driders from D&D, so half human, half spider, that seemed to be weaving webs and taking cocoons of the soldiers. And once you dealt with the Jurogumo, you also fought with the 11th captain himself directly. Some of you nearly dying. So close. So close.
You tried.
I tried.
You did your best. You did your best.
But you guys proved much more resilient and prevailed. Slaying him in the process, Zyron taking revenge in a way for his past actions and possibly redeeming Cassandra. I can't remember Siren's full backstory now off the top of my head. But you looted his corpse. Yoko now has a shiny new sword.
Woohoo!
And you've travelled further into the temple where various undead had risen up because the temple's own magic seems to have waned. And then you tried to solve what the reason for this temple was, trying to find a way of sacrificing fire to water. And you tried various things, like throwing a torch in, not working, throwing a fireball in, and just making a big steam cloud. And eventually clicking that, oh, we have a gemstone that summons a fire elemental, throwing that into the water, and as it rolled through and, got smoothed over by the rough waters, removing it and finding it to be about the size of a glass eye with the kanji for the sun on it, and then handing that to Zyron, and he now has a funky right eye. As our entire chat is full of eye-related stuff, that should give Christy an idea of what Zyron's new eye can do.
Bit like Mad Eye Mood is, I'm just gonna guess.
No, it's more like Itachi's Sharingan from Naruto.
Right, yeah.
Just
Only if I close my other eye, I can see things in slow motion.
True, you're a bit more like Kakashi than Itachi, thinking about it. You need to get the other eye and balance yourself out.
Oh god.
Wait, what?
Spoiler alert. But yeah, when we last left you guys, you had dealt with this eye situation and had left the cave.
Yes.
And as we rejoin you all, you are outside in the wonderful spring air as I load up some music for you all.
Ooh.
Guess the DM forgot to load the music yet. He's been sat here all day doing sweet beggar roll. Whoop. Don't need that one. I want loops and what track shall we have? Which one was it? I always have one pre-loaded. That one. That was the one. So yeah, you come out of the cave into the sort of mid-morning. You sort of seem to have lost a few days in this temple. But as you exit outside on one of the trees, you all recognise the familiar black-winged, black-robed shape. Well, especially Batois does. And as you come out, he's sitting on a tree branch, eating away at an apple. It's like, ah! Morning. Was it afternoon? I can't even remember. He hops down from the tree, walks over to each of you, shakes your hand rather sort of over-friendly. Goes, hello, my name is Xanatos. I am a master, messenger, and assassin, and I will be killing you later. Benoit, my boy. Hi.
Yes. Hello.
Now, I distinctly remember telling you to stay out of our affairs last time. And now you've gotten yourself right well involved.
I'm sorry that this happened, but it wasn't my choice.
It was mine! Yoko just raises her hand.
Points over to you, it's like, I'll deal with you in a minute.
Okay.
Now, it's not so much killing and dealing with stuff in the mountains, it's more who you killed inside that bothers me. Because you see,
Okay.
the bosses need their silk to weave things. And unfortunately, these girls were the only ones around here that did it. So now, thanks to you, my silk supply is gone. Thank you so much for that.
Well...
Just to
Things
let you
happen.
know, that guy was a dick. Just in case you weren't aware, he was a dick.
To me, all you mortals are dicks. Yes, you do have a lot of silk in the bag.
Actually, now that you mention silk, and Yoko just goes into the bag and pulls out the 84 feet of silk. Is this the sort of thing you're looking for?
That would be exactly what I'm looking for.
I mean, not entirely sure what you are going to use it for, but if it postpones our not so inevitable demise in which we take care of you, then I suppose we have a deal, yes?
Let me show you what is important for young wood elf. And comes along, he pulls on a piece of pulls out a thread, and sits and goes, "Now this is you. Watch what happens when I pluck it." Blink. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh shit!
Damn it.
Viva my... That number const... Oh, 22.
That's actually pretty good. Whilst it doesn't feel painful, it's like having a heart palpitation. But a big one. Like, you sort of sit there and catch your breath for a second. It's like, okay. That's weird. But as he sees this dawn on you, he's like, and that's what happens. These are very special threads. These are the threads of fate. But since you've ruined my day, I'm going to ruin yours. Because I have a mission, and I don't fancy doing it. And goes back over to Batois. So consider this an official guild request.
Okay.
Pulls out a scroll and hands it to you.
Okay.
You are going to go to Sterling. It's not too far from here. It's a big capital city full of religious people. Don't buy into anything they say. And you're going to find someone for me.
Okay.
There'll be a guild representative in the city. Once you've found his location, please make a note of it on here, and then go and drop it off.
Alright.
Do this, and I don't kill you. Fail spectacularly, and your nights are going to be full of nightmares. Do I make myself clear, you little band of miscreants?
Yeah.
Sure.
Great! Now that understanding's out of the way, I have got things to do. He pulls out what looks like a sundial, looks at it for a second, and I'm running late now. Wait, my day's even worse. Afternoon, and he then proceeds to fly off at a speed that doesn't disturb the air, but you're aware of how fast he's going.
Well, he was rather charming, she says sarcastically.
People come and go so quickly here.
I know! It's like, what is it with these people? Oh well. So...
Guess we're going to Sterling then?
Yeah. And let's go there quick.
Brian, where are we on the map now? I see Sterling, but where are we now? Where are we located now?
Right, so right now
next
you guys
to the
should be
hillside.
here, where Batoir is.
Near Hillside?
Yep.
How useful.
And
So we follow the yellow brick road all the way to Sterling?
You can follow the road, you can go via the mountains, you can go however you please.
Well, no matter which route we take, nothing could possibly go wrong.
Of course, nothing can possibly go wrong on any route we take. Like it'll
No,
be
no problem at all. No, of course not.
it'll be uneventful, and it'll just be like a walk in the local plaza.
We would be completely safe and unhurt by the time we get there.
Exactly, Simon. That's
You
just
all
it.
sound like it's a terrible idea. Like I'm gonna throw a random encounter at you for shits and or giggles.
I mean,
Because that's never
that
happened
is
before.
exactly what you had planned, wasn't it?
No, to be honest, I actually have 0 things planned this week.
Oh, fair. Oh well.
I thought I had time.
Why?
Yeah, but like when everyone else is acting sarcastic, Yoko's like, yeah, this is an absolutely great idea. Nothing can possibly go wrong. She's just as optimistic as ever, and she's going to sing like a song that's probably going to last for several, goodness knows how long, how many hours, which will probably annoy the heck out of everyone.
Probably a good 3 days. Be quite impressive.
Ooh.
Yeah, from Hillside to Sterling it's about 50 miles.
Ooh.
Can we hire horses?
You
do
can
we have
indeed hire horses.
already?
We get to hire horses. That'll be so good.
Let me pull up how much it will cost to hire horses.
Sure, we went through this before, the hiring horses.
Yeah, but it's surprising how very little you ever need it.
Yeah.
Where is it? Hey, you should be in the player's handbook. Where's it gone?
Hold on. Hold on. Okay.
Oh, no, don't want that. That's the Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Okay, a draft horse would cost 50 gold pieces. A riding horse would cost 75 gold pieces. And a pony would cost 30 gold pieces.
That is in the player's handbook, isn't it?
That is in the player's handbook.
Under what bit?
Mounts and vehicles.
Thank you. Ooh, so, how do you guys want to deal with this? Or you could hire a carriage, which have a bit more style.
Kira could go with a pony. She's not heavily armored and she's kind of little.
For some reason, I envision Marlon in a black carriage, which is drawn by nothing, like on Harry Potter. You know, by the thestrals, which obviously it's like.
You've actually forced the GM to roll something really quick.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, my character. my colours need to be reset. Although we'll see some black dice.
Oh god.
Sadly, your self-drawn carriages aren't in Hillside.
No.
I was gonna say I got unseen servant. Like, can't he drag me along?
I believe he can actually. The Unseen Servant's godly strong, just can't attack.
Yeah,
But-
they can perform simple tasks at your command until the end of the spell, and they last for an hour.
Yeah,
Not that long.
but still, if you want to hire the carriage is going to run you 100 gold.
Ooh.
In terms of actual travel.
I don't mind a horse. I just
Yeah, I think that if we are running into an ambush, it would be more useful to do it with horses, not with carriages.
And besides, Ben, that's what... Yeah.
We could do both. Like, Kira was planning on getting a horse anyway, so she could kind of scout.
So is Betois.
But if people want to ride in the carriage, I mean, there's 2, possibly 3 people out and about, roving, guarding, whatever you want to call it, scouting.
for something. Do.
That can certainly work.
I mean, that makes sense. I don't mind this idea.
Again, so whoever's keeping track of party treasure, could you be so kind to take out the appropriate funds? So for 2 horses, that's going to be Brian's gone dead 150 gold plus an additional 175 for the horse and carriage.
So I'll be 225.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on it. 225 minus that. So that's going to be that much left in the bag. Huzzah!
Before we leave Hillside, we did just get a bunch of, let me see the loot bag. I know we found a bunch of, diamonds in the, in that pool of water.
Oh, that is very true.
We can change those in for, we got 6 diamonds worth 500 gold each from that pool. So we could trade those in for cash.
I mean, true. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry, my poor brain's like, oh, I want this without metagaming.
Also, Batois is going to... When we get to Hillside, Batois is going to try to do his plan and drop a stone on one of the chain gangs.
It's funny you say that. When you come back to town and all this is going on, the chain gangs are gone.
God damn it.
Prisoners are sorted and sent back home. Sorry, Batois, you missed out.
God damn.
Aw. Oh well.
Anyway, so as you guys travel by road, the roads around here are actually pretty safe. So you don't end up with any random encounters or stuff of any sort.
Ooh.
And after a couple of days,
Damn.
you find yourself at the almost metropolis-sized city of Stirling. Think of it akin to Minas Tirith in Lord of the Rings. It has colossal high walls. It is tiered up into the mountain. At the very back you can see what looks like a giant colossal statue. Trying to think of pop culture equivalent. The statue outside of Bravos in Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of big and imposing, but it's made out entirely of smooth, almost magically crafted stone. And then what little you can see as you approach, and the walls start to almost rise up from the horizon, seems to be more buildings made out of beautiful white marble and wonderful red slate roofs. If there's any proof that, like, I made this whole thing Greek, this was it.
Nice.
But as you approach, you can see the guards outside are all adorned in fine steel full plate, massive tower shields, all emblazoned with a silver lightning bolt striking through it, the symbol of Zeus.
Ooh.
And Jack each calmly ask, you can hear from like 2 or 3 on, what's your purpose here? Very well, sir. They direct you to the relevant district. And eventually comes to you guys, and the guards again stop you and ask, greetings, welcome to Stirling. What is your business here today?
We're just passing through on our way to Oceanway.
Very well then. Market District is the second major road on your right. There are various inns there for you to rest off for the night. A couple of them do have stables for your horses and will look after your carriage as well. The Silver City welcomes you. And you guys have now entered the city of Sterling.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Nice.
Can easy lie.
Yo.
Now, I don't have a perfect thing done up. So you'll have to forgive. But I do have something at least done up really quick in a generator.
Ooh.
Oh.
What?
Makes sense. Try to throw it into the Discord chat and failing miserably. Come on. Why won't you drag and drop? Gotta do all this by hand. There we go. It's not perfect, but at least you can get an idea of like how the city's designed colour-wise. So it's pink magenta-ish, it's more the Market District, where it gets a bit more tan. That's where all the temples are and everything, and the majority of the religions. And then where the citadel is at the sort of back left, that's where it gets mountainous and quite high.
And we entered in the road on the right-hand side, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's only one road in and out of Stellar, and that's it. I need to find a better city generator. One that allows more convenient options. But as you walk through the city and everything else, you can see the hustle and bustle. Everyone here is polite, considerate, all know their please and thank yous, almost as if they're compelled to be polite. But there's also an astonishing amount of religious iconography hanging about the place.
Just Zeus or the other gods in the pantheon represented as well?
Primarily, it's all the human pantheon, so it's Zeus, Hera, Hades, yada yada yada. Olympian pantheon.
Release the Kraken!
Yeah.
Don't release the Kraken. Get to the Ocean Way. Ocean Way's a nice city.
No.
But still, there are plenty of inns. It all depends on where you would like to go. What kind of inn would you like? Would you like the very seedy and very disgusting, or would you like the nice place with a feather bed and a decent room service?
We all afford, folks.
Well.
Seedier might be more fun.
Well, I'd rather not risk, like something going missing on a person. Like, I'm not sure how you feel about it.
Now that you said that, I can't help but shake the feeling of Zone waking up and having that new eye taken away.
Siren, this, maybe we could, in Sterling, we could, try not to do anything too shady. Like knocking out a shopkeeper.
It's at this time when like throughout the whole trip coming down, I've purposely kept the eyelid on the new eye closed to cover up that it's all jeweled. And when Batoir brings this up, I'm just like, I open it up ever so slightly, and I'm just like, I really want to test it.
Don't you have an anyway?
We could try and find a place to cast Greater Restoration on your eye. Make it permanent.
That's a smart idea. I for one would gladly go under the night. I mean healed.
It's only a knife if it's a warlock. Anyways, you were trying to say something, Christy?
Surely don't you have an eye patch on you anyway? I'm sure you brought one the same time Neil did.
Nah, I kept like a wooden one in the socket the whole time.
Like,
And
what's
then,
his
and
name
as
on
soon as
Pirates
this
of the
new shiny one
Caribbean?
came along, I'm like, pong! I'm like, pop! Pop out the wood one. Get in!
Yes.
Shove in that jewel-encrusted Mother Hubbard.
Okay. So, gonna go for the greater restoration option.
That would be smart, I think.
I get him. You can find plenty of high-level clerics that can do your greater restoration.
Now, because I am part cleric, could I be like, try and find someone or fellow clerical brethren, and like kind of use that connection that I have to get a half decent deal.
You can certainly make a charisma check.
You can certainly try.
I will try my arse off. anything for a good deal. And that is not a good deal.
No, sadly. The few clerics you do find that are willing to do it's like, no, sorry, it's going to cost us at least 100 golds worth of diamond justice to get the spell to work, and we're going to need to make some money back off this so the High Priest doesn't get mad.
Diamonds? We've got diamonds.
Yeah. I blame the fact that I only dabbled into the arts of clerical business, and I never. I left the church at an early age.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember what you got taught at Sunday school.
Yeah, it's like sure, like praising the gods of what grant you your powers, but then as soon as I learned that music is a more powerful thing with your voice involved, I'm like, I want to channel that voice, yo, even when I'm angry.
I mean, there is such a thing as some kind of choir singing that you can mix the two with.
Well, ironically, that's where I started with the clerical business. It was like part of like the college course you had to do. It was like an off-breach of the Bard College, where you could go into the more religious route and do the clerical bits. Like I passed the choir stage, which was like in tune with Bardic, and then you could kind of go to the next level, which was more about God's 101 and religion and me. But I never chose those classes. I always went to Loot 101 and Catching Chicks, a how-to guide.
Fair enough. I mean, everyone has different educations. I just preferred the more hands-on approach and did more things live.
Fair enough.
Yeah, did more things live with the traveling troupe. But there we go. That's alright.
That's fair. Okay, so how much did we say it was going to be to...
It's going to cost you 125 gold.
125, okay. Right, I bear that in mind. I look... Obviously, this is a group thing. This is 125 out of the coffers.
Mm.
And so I'm generally looking towards everyone just going, okay, so I know we got the jewels. We got those like rough diamonds we had when we were back there, and we got enough to basically pay back for like the carriage, for this and for anything else for the foreseeable future. But just want to check, are we all okay to make sure that I go through the process of making this permanent? Because I'm okay with it, but that's partly because it's already in there.
I mean,
I'm fine with it.
I am good with this, yes.
And plus, I don't want it to be like, oh, 150 gold today, dead tomorrow.
I mean, this is very true.
Well, one of the older priests apparently has performed a sort of resurrection before.
No offense, brother. It's kind of not heartwarming to hear that you're bringing up resurrection at a time when I'm just having something permanently attached to my eye. Don't get me wrong, I love you, but shut up. There's a time and a place, brother. Like, please tell me his name's Bartholomew.
No, actually, my name is Steve.
Steve.
God damn it.
Okay.
So.
Is he an average man?
He is an average man.
Yes! The Big Warriors crossover is complete. Steve, the most average man, is here.
Yes!
Yes.
Yeah. Some might say he is an epic NPC man.
Oof.
Oof. I mean. But anyway, I suppose we better pay the nice clerics to fix your eye a little more.
Yes.
Okay. Right. No time like the present. Steve! Bring in the priests.
Okay, come with me, please. And he brings you into his temple dedicated to Apollo, the sun god.
Oh.
Yeah. It's quite a nice temple. It's surprisingly warm in here as well.
Cool.
Almost deliberately. Everything's got this slight orange glow to it. Obviously, with seats. Says, could you sit here for a second? I'll just go get brother Henry for you. Henry! Got one for you.
William, Henry, Stephen, Henry, Richard, John.
Hey, Henry, join us all. Edward, Richard, Henry, and again, everyone. Good King Rest. Good Jimmy, Charles, and then Jim, Will, Mary, Anna, Gloria, George, Will, Victoria, Edward, George, X. Then Queen Les too. Complete the list. Sorry, you have to do it all if you're going to start it.
Yes.
I was about to say, let me guess, horrible histories, a brief summary of the Kings of England-ish.
Kings and Queens of England.
Every single one, in order.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Alright then. So,
Meanwhile.
Brother Henry comes out. He sort of says to him, goes, "Oh, greater restoration? Not a problem." Pulls out some diamond dust. Says a few words to diamond dust, begins to glow bright white. Blasts it over your eye patch, and you can feel the burn, and it slowly begins to subside. And then it's better. Doesn't hurt, doesn't sting. It feels like your eye's back, but you're fully aware that it's a gemstone artifact.
Whoa. Like, is it? Was it the? Is like Stephen Henry still like in the room when like after the procedure's done?
Yeah, they're sitting there looking at you, going, "And how's the eye?"
Okay, I think there's only one way to find out. So I just like open it properly, having a look round, seeing that it's like working properly, and I'm like, wow. It's been a very long time since I've had two working eyes.
And at that point you realise that they're a bit horrified. It's like, what happened to your eye? That's a proper gemstone.
Like, it's about time when I just quickly close that gemstone eye again. I'm like, shit to myself. I go up to Stephen Henry. I put like both my hands on their shoulders when they're standing next to each other. I look to them with my regular eye, and I say, "Brothers, when I was out adventuring, a tragedy befell me, and I did lose my eye. I have been granted sight anew thanks to you, and the followers of Apollo, of which I am most grateful. This eye that you now see is very special. It belongs to, or should I say, it's linked to the god of which I follow. It may not be Apollo, but is just as righteous. So for that, my brothers, I plead you, you must not tell anyone of this. If anyone catches any ideas that I am holding this eye in place, tragedies could befall cities that I walk into. And I do not want your order, your kindness, and your generosity potentially thrown under simply because news of my eye have spread. And, I don't know, some cheeky individuals coming at you.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Bloody Steve, you better...
Nice.
Henry's the priest. Henry's like, I will keep your word, but you can see that Steve's ticking thoughts over in his head.
Fucking Steve! Oh, what a twat! Anyway, no, he's not a twat yet. Oof, 22.
Nice.
You can see those cogs turning in Steve's mind. He's actually then eventually lands on, let's keep this a secret. If he's got an eye from a god that's going to kill me,
and that's when I just go, like, I hug Henry first, as if to, like, thank Henry because he's a truly religious man. Then I go to Steve and give him a hug, and as I hug Steve, I come back from a hug holding both his shoulders, and I'm like, thank you, brother. And as I say thank you with a big smile on my face, I open my jeweled eye ever so slightly, and I use prestidigitation in my eye to generate a flame to make it look as if I'm fucking watching you, Steve.
go ahead and make an intimidation check as well. I need to make a roll for Steve. What did Steve ever do to you?
Steve has to understand. He can't do this. Apollo would be mad at him first, yet alone what Amaterasu would do to his ass. I'm trying to save him. 18.
Steve looks fairly intimidated. It's just like, by the Pantheon. And like almost begins to sort of like do the whole Waynesfeld, we're not worthy.
I just look towards Henry while Steve's having a moment, and I'm just like, just look after him, he'll be fine.
Yes, I'm sure he will be fine.
I just pop an extra gold piece into like Henry's hand as I shake his hand on the way out, and I'm just like, thank you again, brother.
You are most welcome. If you ever need a place to stay, by the way, there's a Traveller's Rest further down the road from here. It's apparently quite a nice place to stay.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much.
Okay. So would you guys like to go from here? Where do you go now?
I'm just imagining like everyone in like a waiting room outside the chapel.
Yeah.
And I just come out saying, I'm okay, guys.
What time of day is it?
It's about midday at this point.
I'm just wondering if like you guys have heard the whole "we're not worthy, from Steve.
Oh, jeez. I mean, oh dear. Oh boy.
I just bring like everyone together and I just go. So they saw the eye. It's okay. Brother Henry's got my back. Steve's a little finicky, but I pretty much convinced him everything's fine. They won't tell anyone.
Oh, good. Because Amaterasu forbid anything bad would happen if any unscrupulous individual would find out about this amazing eye, and they would try and kill you first and then steal.
Yoko, shh.
Oh yeah! Oh yes! Right! Oh yes! Right! Silent! I'm sorry.
But then I let the guys know about that little place to stay up the way. Might be a viable option instead of staying in the city.
And they provide a place for our horses. Oh God, what was that?
I mean, Brother Henry is a trustworthy sort, so yes.
Hey, oh, hang on. No, I'm... Okay.
Yeah.
No, don't worry, don't worry, carry on. Carry on. Like... Just carry on.
Okay.
Just do it!
Do it live.
Carry on.
Okay, so you guys find your way to the Traveller's Rest. Just as Brother Henry said, it's an alright place. Nothing amazing, nothing to scream home about. And the landlord welcomes you in. It's like, travellers, come and welcome to this fine establishment. And you find out he is a slightly taller than your average dwarf, and just as stout.
In other words, a human. I mean,
No,
what?
actually, no, he is full dwarf. He has the full beard and everything. But it's just
fair
a little
enough.
bit taller than the norm.
Ooh, well then.
Not massively, but enough for you to sort of sit there and do double take off. That is a dwarf. Yes. It's kind of weird. But anyway, welcome to the Temple District's Traveller's Rest. My name is Bergrand. I am the landlord here. I welcome everyone personally. So come sit at a table. What can I get you? A nice fine mead. Some ale, perhaps.
I'm sorry. Oh gosh. I mean, I wouldn't mind some meat if you have any. But I'm in the mood for something sweet.
Mead's plenty sweet. Made with the finest honey.
That's absolutely perfect. And how much does it cost for this meat?
For your standard tankard of mead, it's going to cost you a couple of silver pieces.
Do you happen to have skooma?
I beg your pardon, we
moon
tabaxi.
sugar? Actually, sorry. Refined moon sugar.
Feedback!
Marie,
Whoa.
there's a feedback from you.
Oh, that hurt.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Anyway,
No, anyways.
yeah, so off we go for the moon sugar.
Yes. So, do you have any refined moon sugar available?
We've got something a bit illicit. The DM requests... God damn it. Yeah, the DM requests that you roll a persuasion check.
Alright. Oh, wow.
Wow! Yay!
I wouldn't mind, but I literally just saw the D20 appear and land on the 20.
Yeah.
But I trust the RNG generator. I've rolled 20. Sticking to its name now. Yeah, we might have something that suits your taste. Bit off menu. How much were you looking to buy?
Just, maybe couple of... wait a minute, what's the... Like, a little what's the smaller amount from ounce?
It's ounces and it goes up to pounds.
Yeah,
Oh,
ounces and
yeah.
pounds.
Yeah, so maybe like just an ounce or two?
I'll see what we can find. It only costs you 5 gold pieces, and we'll keep it between you, me, and the bar.
Yes. I would like to have some. But let's so this time Betua asks like are we gonna stay for the night here?
Yes.
So we could discuss this in my room.
And sorry, sir, I don't do room service for that kind of thing.
Okay. So where do you want to discuss this? Because I cannot come to the kitchen or
That's
any.
pass me the gold, and I'll bring it with your drinks.
Alright.
And he sort of shakes your hand. In that handshake, he takes the 5 gold, pockets it.
Yes.
I'll be back with your fine mead, and a little bit something for you, my wee fair-line friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he tosses off. And he comes back a few moments later with tankards full of mead, which normally mead's like a golden colour. This has actually gone a bit silver. And he points out, like, this is the city's private, you can only buy it here. This is our signature mead.
Oh,
Nice.
Clergy bless it, and perfect silver mead.
Nice.
And that's why you notice in amongst all the mugs, like sort of dead center and hidden away, is a small little bag of sugar.
Do I need to roll a sleight of hand to get it out of the sight from other party members?
I was gonna say, you're gonna be sneaky about it.
Mm-hmm.
Then roll a sleight of hand check, please.
Do we get to roll perception?
Be against your passive because you're not actively looking.
Okay.
So your perception plus 10 essentially, which I don't think anybody is going to beat.
wow!
And Batois never critted again.
Double crit, god damn it.
Do you know what this is making up for? This is making up for the baby.
For the missus. Yeah.
Yeah.
The baby.
Yes, the baby.
The fire elemental baby.
Yes. No. So nobody saw the bag of sugar.
Yeah. So effectively, everything's fine. Nothing has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm just gonna make a note of that. The DM will remember this.
God damn it.
So, what would you guys like to do for your evening? The bar is plenty busy. There's plenty of rumours and hearsay going around. But a couple of you have drawn attention just by the equipment you're wearing.
This time around, Batwa actually is going to walk around the bar and listen if anything catches his attention, which would be interesting.
Okay. Going around the bar, but while you do pick up a couple of interesting rumours and hearsay.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, is that part of the temple to the Norse pantheon for the dwarves, so it has space for Odin, Thor, Freya, yada yada yada, was recently defaced, but they don't know by whom. Every time they clean it up and fix it, it seems to get defaced again. So clearly someone has it out for the Norse Pantheon. And a couple of them are worried that if it gets too far out of hand, the dwarves are going to get angry, and they might sort of try to appease their gods by doing what their gods are best, by fighting and outright murdering people. So they're trying to work out how that's come about. You'll also hear another rumour of a half-orc wandering the wilds. He's managed to make a name for himself as a bit of a mercenary in the past few months. And he was last seen going over to the old continent where the Dragonborn Empire used to be. But nobody knows why.
Damn it.
I have a quick out-of-character question.
Go.
What is the name of the person we're here to look for?
Betoir
who are we?
Betoir never opened the letter.
And I think I could open it actually now.
That's fine. Let me give you this third rumour and let you get back to the others, and I'll fill you guys in on what that letter says. And then your third and last one is that the hobgoblins have once again invaded the dwarven territory to the north, and have taken a piece of land known as the Aurelian Gulf, which is sort of the last natural defence to the north. Now everyone's a bit worried that the dwarven kingdoms might be in a bit of trouble again. They've already had essentially 2 conflicts back to back. They're going to have to deal with a third, because a few of them are exalted saying they don't really want to go off to war. They want to stay home for a bit.
Yeah. Betoir will sort of with hushed tones will relay this information to the rest of the party.
Cool. And the last one was that one. So I randomly generated earlier today. Alright then. In regards to the letter, as you open it out and show it to the party, it's already addressed and labelled to you directly. Betoir, the low fitter of the Order of the Hatters, you are hereby charged with the inhuming of a Titus Maximus, a paladin of the Order to the Platinum Dragon.
God damn it.
He is somewhere within the city of Stirling. Any information you can provide would be great.
What race is he?
He is a Dragonborn, judging by the name of Titus and worshipping a Dragonborn's creation deity.
I am Titus Maximus from Draconia.
Not quite. think more gladiator. But he is somewhere within the city. That's the last they have. Any information you can gather and deliver will be paid in the sum of 500 gold pieces, or in lieu of that, promotion 2 levels up into the guild. Elimination of the target before approaching the guild with information will net you an automatic approval to a new station.
And it doesn't say anything about what this person has done to anger the guild? Apparently he done pissed them off.
Well, the guild always has its reasons. It's never unjustified.
Yeah, for lore a bit of a lore dump regarding the Hatters. So they are akin to the Assassin Brotherhood from Assassin's Creed, mixed with a bit of John Wick for inspiration. So they will operate just below the surface. They have their own code and morals and everything else. Primarily, they don't deal with big political swings. Murdering kings and politicians tends to end rather badly, as history's taught them, so they keep out of that, but they are open to inhuming other targets. Kings come and go,
Yeah.
but heroes last forever.
Yes, this is true.
So if you can move heroes from the board, you tend to have a better time, and that's how they kind of operate.
Yes.
But all their branches and contacts are disguised as hat shops. And guild members get access to special tools like hidden blades, poisons, fencing opportunity, places to fence stolen goods, and cover should you need it from authorities.
Yes. So I at least know what I'm going to be doing in this metropolis.
Mm-hmm.
And Beatrice read this to everyone.
Indeed.
Okay.
As you were all there when he received the letter, it seems only fitting that you all know what he's been asked to do.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the word like inhume. Am I correct in saying?
Yes.
Okay, I just need to know the meaning of that.
Yeah, basically to kill.
So, you've been tasked to kill this person?
Basically. Or get rid of him in other ways, that he is no longer a problem.
And it doesn't say why they want you to kill them?
The guild has its reasons that, well, might be cleared out someday. But, until then, it will be well kept secret.
Well, personally, I don't find the killing of people without any good reason obviously very good. So if you're expecting someone to come along with you for that, I will have to decline.
I understand, and I accept that.
Kira pipes up with, I, however, am under no such moral obligation. Let me know if you would like some help.
You know where my alliances lie, so... Okay, days?
So, I think there will be.
And what about you, Zyron?
I'm kind of thinking about this. I don't know where I quite stand. Because part of me wants to help Batois, because he's a good friend. But another part of me just... Can I just justify outright killing someone? Yet again, we kind of did that. We kind of did that with someone I absolutely detested.
We kind of do it all the time.
Oh, you're not wrong. I don't know. I'm trying
murder hobos.
I'm trying to not be as murderous as I may have been in the past. Let's put it that way. Ever since after what's happened with taking taking out the soldier and everything with this eye and talking with Brother Henry and Steve. It's, I don't know. I'm trying to get back on the right path again.
Maybe you could pray to Amaterasu and she may guide you. But personally, I have a feeling I know what she might say.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. I might have to contemplate on that.
Take your time.
Daisy's just jumped up on me to join in the conversation.
Oh,
Yay!
What she would say.
Meow.
kill them all.
Unleash your
Kill everyone.
I mean, meow.
We are
Kill them
literally we
Right meow.
had a blow up bed which you run around and put the you don't pump it up or anything, you literally swish it around to fill it up with air. Me and Tom were doing that down the garden yesterday and Daisy just stood at the top of the steps with the biggest scowl on her face. What on earth? What are these humans doing? Just sat watching us run backwards and forwards.
Oh, mad.
Oh,
Mad apes.
I'll ask a follow-up question, actually. As I'm contemplating things, I asked Patois, with this task you've been given,
Mm-hmm.
do you have a time frame as to which you need to get it done by? Or is it just a matter of you do it, you show it, you win it?
Now I need to ask from the DM. Was there a time limit?
There is no time limit mentioned in the contract.
Okay, so there is no time limit mentioned, but let's try to do it before he dies of natural causes.
Oh, yes, definitely. I'm going to take this time to I'm going to probably take in an early night to take some time to myself and try and gain some guidance from Amaterasu as to what I should do in this case.
Okie dokes. For anybody else that wishes to stay here, I'll let you all know now. It's going to cost you 2 gold a night.
Yeah.
I
I don't mind staying.
think I'll stay here as well and actually retire to my room. And, well, to get a good night's sleep, I'll take a few granules of this lovely substance I acquired without anyone noticing.
Fantastic. In
Nice.
that case then, as you all take your night's rest, first of all, Betois, I need you to make a constitution saving throw for me.
Why can I just imagine Petrarch just going into his room, just going like, well, whilst we're waiting. Oh.
Roll bad. Dang! Well, one can hope. Right, you'll be taking half this much damage.
Okay.
So, 14 points of damage. Wait,
Damn.
no. Sorry. 12 points of damage, I can't add up.
Yeah.
12 points of poison damage to be precise. And that happens quite literally at the stroke of midnight.
Oh crap, wait a minute. So it's 48.
Yep. And if you want any information on what has happened, go ahead and make a medicine check for yourself.
Alrighty.
Zyron, do you chat with Amaterasu?
I attempt to, yes.
As you sit there and chat with your goddess, and you begin to pray, Cool. I'll get back to you in a sec, Pascal. You feel a warmth come over you. It springs from your eye first, and it sort of feels like someone's hands on your cheek. And you hear the very soft, gentle, motherly voice of Amaterasu just saying, I gave the eye to you as a gift. Yours to do with as you will. Death is a simple part of life. It happens eventually. Mortals kill mortals. But certainly seek out this Dragonborn. Might have something interesting for you. And that's the kind of gist you get.
Okay, cool.
And with Baclar, what you were given, or what was mixed in with what you had, what you had wouldn't have done a lot of damage to you anyway. Would have given you a bit of a buzz, a bit of a high, and then you would have probably had the munchies or something afterwards. But what was mixed in was called Midnight Tears.
Oh.
You remember it from some of your training. It's a very potent poison that has to be ingested.
Yes.
And you just snorted some, Sunshine, and it burns. It's why it hits you at the stroke of
If
midnight.
Betois wouldn't have had the training, he would have probably just cried out like, "Oh, holy shit, this hurts!" But because he is trained, he's like, "Okay, I'm fine."
Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, the rest of you is just sleep. It is a peaceful sleep. Nothing bad untoward happens, and the next day comes. You feel refreshed, reinvigorated.
Okay.
Spells and hit points restored. Hit dice restored, abilities restored, all that usual stuff. And so, Burning Soul, what would you like to do?
I would first of all, I would like to go to have some breakfast.
As you go back to the sort of main bar area, it's now been swapped over from sort of this mead drinking hall into a full-on continental breakfast. You can smell fine meats, the smell of frying eggs, bacon. At one of the table, it's more like a Mediterranean thing, so you got olives, and antipasta platters already done up. And at the other far end, from where the sleeping rooms are, is a dwarven heavy drinker's paradise for a hangover. Just stacks of greasy food, mugs of watered down ale, enough for it to not be like hair of the dog, but enough to make you forget that you're drinking water.
Yeah.
Yoko would just come down the stairs like Disney princess, like singing in the morning as if birds are flittering around her.
I just saw something funny regarding your prayers to Amaterasu.
Oh.
You get the dial tone, you just get, "Our apologies, but all I saw of him are busy at the moment. If you have an immediate prayer of concern, please leave it after the tone. If you are requesting a spell, please state the spell and the level at which you wish to cast it. Thank you, and have a nice day. Beep."
If you are listening, Amaterasu, I just wanted you to... I just want to thank you for your guiding light and your goodness prevailing over evil, and I just hope that you continue to do what you do best and guide the others towards goodness and the light that you shine upon this world. Oh, it's like...
You have wished to cast light at 7th level. Please say yes to confirm.
No.
Sorry.
How do I hang up?
I ripped that one out of order with the stick.
Then there is you are casting the 7th level light. Is this correct? Like Siri.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I already plagiarised that off of all of the stick. Great little webcomic series. Go and read it if you haven't. Plenty of D&D tropes. Anyway, so yeah, you come down the stairs this morning, singing away. A few of the dwarven and more burlier blokes at the end are just sitting there, massive hangovers, going, "Don't keep it down."
Oh, okay. And she'll sing like quietly.
A couple of them sort of give you the okay, thumbs up, and then proceed to just tuck into what would essentially be half a pig. But
Yeah.
you'll get a fairly decent meal in. What would you guys like to do for the day?
That's not very nice.
Wow.
It is too early. Kira needs at least another 2 cups of coffee.
And Betua just
She is not a morning person.
has loaded like a huge amount, huge amount of food on his plate, which seems even more than anyone in the party has ever seen him eat.
Sorry. I mean, I can
Yes,
imagine, like,
definitely.
actually, I'm tempted to do a performance check to see how this gets.
Go for it. Do a performance check. I can't see you doing it badly. You got the second highest charisma in the party right now.
Nice.
It is beautiful singing. The ones that aren't as hungover give you a nice little round of, the golf clap round of applause. Bravissimo, bravissimo.
No. And she'll like flourish a little bow before sitting at the table and joining the party.
Thing is, I'm imagining you being like, you say that you're like a Disney princess. I imagine you being Fiona off of Shrek.
Ouch.
Not you know, when she's singing to
What,
the birds.
Oh, yeah.
She's trying to outdo the birds, and like gets higher and higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just coincidental, a couple of eggs end up exploding.
Yes. And then, yeah. So, what has everyone got planned for this glorious morning?
First of all, Siren, have you made the decision?
I believe I have. I just look over to Betois and just say, although I was a bit stuck, Amaterasu just put things, actually just straighten things out. As much as killing people is a bit, Amaterasu's got a point. Life and death is all a part of the same cycle.
Yes.
It's going to happen at some point, even if it is brought on by a dark side of fate. Needless to say.
I don't see it as a dark side. I see it just part of life.
Hey, the dark side has cookies. Don't make fun of the dark side.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I just go over to Betois and I'm just like, So basically, what I'm trying to say is, you've got an extra pair of hands. I'm in.
Oh wow, the paladin is outweighed. Shocker.
Ouch. How do?
I will point out, whilst they are biscuits, they're not like your nice proper biscuits. If anyone's had the cookies from Domino's, back when they
Ooh.
first did the cookies, it was like these weren't baked, these were deep fried.
Oh heck!
Yeah.
That greasy and gooey.
I'll sneak those away for later.
Okay, so you guys have resolved to deal with a Titus Maximus
From Draconia.
from
Draconia!
from Veriladium, if we're being honest, but
There we go.
Titus Maximus from Viridia.
There we go.
Hey, coffee is really good with those diabetes cookies or diabetes biscuits.
for diabetes.
Yes. Brian would know where that came from.
mm,
I'm just thinking of Wilson Brimley and all those diabetes names.
Oh, like once you get into like later of season 1 of Critical Role, you'll understand.
Okay, I haven't listened for a while. I'm slacking. I got involved in that spooky podcast that I've been listening to instead.
Yes.
that's good.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. The only reason I'm going with you is so that I can. Yeah. The only reason I'm going with you is so that we don't cause any more trouble than necessary. That is all.
Would we cause trouble? Never mind, don't answer that.
Flashbacks from all the troublemaking shenanigans with Betoir and Zyron, with the bookshop owners, and
Hey, look! It was necessary to gather information that was required for the journey ahead. It wasn't my fault that we just had to bring out the emergency plan C, which was to knock out one.
But you didn't have to knock out those bookkeeper.
I can say that I had no part in it. It
It's
wasn't
true,
my
it
idea.
was technically me. Yeah, it was either doing it that way, or we would have been in the pocket even more. That was before we found the shiny stones.
Yes.
Don't argue with progress. Just sigh and let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Even updated the overlay now as well. Hi hi.
Yay!
Everyone now looks the same. I don't have white boxes in places. So,
Wait, did you just say sigh and let it happen?
yes.
That sounds like a description of bad sex.
Oh dear.
Oh, you're gonna fit in fine. Oh.
Hey, this is actually me behaving. Just ask Tosh.
I mean, yes.
Okay. So, you guys venture around the city. You're going to look for who you believe to be a Titus Maximus. How are you going to go about this?
I'm going to go at it as sneakily as possible.
Is there a branch of your thieves guild here in the city?
There is
Maybe.
indeed. Let's say in the letter one. If you find information, drop it on the back of the letter and hand it into the hatters in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somebody here has more recent, more updated information on him.
Maybe.
It's a good place to start.
Okay, then. You go around to the obvious places first. So you go to the market district. You go wandering all down the back alleys and everything else, and then eventually you just find it out in sort of like the main market square area. The traditional hanging sign where it's a top hat. It's just Hatter's Guild. And as you open the door, there's a little bell tingle and everything. And behind the counter sits a well-dressed, well-groomed gentleman. Who sits and goes, "Ah, good day to you and welcome to the Hatters Guild. Are you in by chance need of a new hat? Maybe some adjustments to your cloaks, perhaps? Seem a bit well-travelled and well-worn. Seem to be in need of some repair."
This is actually very true.
Considering we had so much to do with hats at the beginning.
My young tabaxi fellow, you seem in need of a bowler hat, perhaps.
It might work. You just need to make the ear holes for it.
Oh, we can certainly make it some ear holes for you. Or perhaps you're looking to buy this for a friend.
Maybe. It could be.
Oh, do we have a name for the friend? So perhaps some information? The hats are very specific for people. Do you require it to be of a wide brim, or perhaps some holes cut out for horns, if they're of the pointed tail variety?
Maybe. It could be. And at this point, Betois just asks, do you happen to have pen and paper?
Whatever for, good sir.
I need to write something down.
Oh, certainly, I may have some scrap here. And he goes behind the counter and he pulls out a small, sort of, the Game of Thrones raven size letter. And hands you a small quill pen. Please, write down whatever it is you need to remember. I'm sure it must be important.
Yes. Then Betois just writes down the question about more recent information about this character we're looking for, and hands it to the shopkeeper after writing. And this is why I needed paper. I didn't want to say it. Because there are too many years.
It's absolutely fine, sir. And he takes the paper and crumbles it up and then throws it sort of over a candle and lets it burn. Puts it into an ashtray. We certainly have a hat for that gentleman available. And he shows you to a selection of different style hats. You got like trilbies, fedoras, top hats, bowlers, all sorts of things. All with deliberate holes cut out. It's one of the first things you notice. They are deliberately spaced for where a Dragonborn's horns would sprout if they were sort of quite high up.
Yes.
He says, let's see, for that individual, I believe, yes, it's this one. And he hands you a top hat. It's quite a small top hat. Collapses down. He goes, this is the hat in question. The gentleman has already paid his deposit. It just requires a bit of delivery.
Okay.
But I'm sure you, good sir, would find it most investigative to look further into this hat yourself. Maybe try it on for a fit.
Yes, I shall.
Indeed. And he goes back behind the counter, begins putting a new hat together, and so, oh, and if you ever need repairs to your cloaks, do let me know. I have been known to be a fantastic tailor.
So, do any of you need any repairs for your cloaks?
Kira will take her cloak off, and I'm sure it's travel worn and a little raggedy looking. And we'll ask for like whatever rips and tears to be sewn up, and maybe a couple of pockets sewn into the inside, please.
So looks at it and this is absolutely terrible. I can provide you with a new one if you so require, for a slight exchange fee, several hundred gold pieces, and can have a fancy new one made just for you. Be perfectly fitting for someone of your stature.
Oh, I'm not a particularly fancy person. Just like a regular gray cloak. Maybe, but I'll be happy to pay for some tailoring. Like I said, the pockets on the inside.
That's absolutely fine, madam. A few gold pieces and we'll have that sorted out in no time at all.
That sounds perfect.
Should
Thank
be
you,
finished by
Constable.
today's end. And he pulls out a ticket stub, tears off one end, passes it to you. Just bring that with you when you come back at some point in the next few days, and your cloak will be ready for you.
And Kara will smile and nod and say thank you. Step back from the counter and see if, in case anybody else has business with this gentleman.
Deathly silence.
The cue of nope.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I'm just eyeing up some hats.
Well, that's why it's after he doesn't hear anything, he hears the deafening silence of nope. He just turns to the sir behind the counter and he says that thank you for the services today, and I shall be back later. You have a fine shop here.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Enjoy your hat delivery. I hope it goes well.
Yes, I shall.
Okay. As you leave the shop, Yoko, would you like to go ahead and make an investigation check for me?
Certainly.
As you go off wandering on your own.
Could be better.
You find a couple of sort of storybooks relating to the last few treasures, but they're like Ladybird's, my first treasure sort of thing. You sort of think to yourself, well, this is just the... it's happened again.
The treasures? The treasures and collectibles of D&D? This children's book is very, okay. Close
Yeah.
book.
You find like a third-party publishing that's charging you 60 quid.
Yeah. Jesus.
Wow.
I remember those days.
Sensational.
3.5 days, with plenty of that going around.
Oh, boy.
Cool.
Oh, boy.
But eventually, you will meet back up again, either by happenstance or Yoko returning somewhat dejected from her little hunt.
Yes.
What would you guys like to do?
Is it too early to start day drinking?
Never too early to start day drinking. It's a
Is
fantasy
it
game. Day drinking is
past? Is
Got
it
to eat somewhere.
Yeah, is it past the 12:01?
You sit there and you see several clock towers about town, and eventually they all strike 12.
Mm-hmm.
Some with a bit more fanfare like Big Ben, others just you think sort of you know what they have around in Germany and
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Yes.
No, not with so much a grandiose chime, but I have the whole cuckoo models come out and do something.
Yeah.
Make another investigation check for me, Yoko.
I didn't realise it would come to this. Oh wow!
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Oddly enough, you do. If you'd like to purchase this book, it would cost you 5 gold pieces. It is in immaculate condition.
I would like to purchase this book.
Congratulations. You now have So Your Father Lost It Tiddlywinks. And more amazingly, it's a first edition.
Oh wow.
It's an immaculately well kept first edition copy.
Is this volume 1?
It does have a bit more of a preface than other volumes in the collection to say, like, I do plan to do more in the series, so your mother lost a tiddlywink, so you lost to your brother and your sister.
Yeah.
No, sorry, how's it go? Your mother, your sister, and your brother, and then, like, the fourth one, or fifth one, I've lost count now. And if you were married, you'd lose to your wife.
Yeah.
And there's a Disney joke in there, and I bet no one will get it.
Oh. Oh, well. Yeah. So, are we gathered in a place of beverages and all that jazz?
Yeah, you can find a place doing beverages.
Yes.
If you choose, the market district is full of the more seedier taverns. They're not designed to you know, full long stay, more merchants coming and going.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was gonna say, while everyone else is sort of like discussing the plans of disposing of Titus, Yoko's just going to read this book. The analytics of Tiddlywinks losses.
You go through the book, and yeah, it's pretty much a very long, boring book. You find it fascinating, however, that the game of Tiddlywinks has this much depth and psychological value to it. It's kind of in the same vein of, like, you know how films that get a bit like Sherlock Holmes, that whole bit at the end of Game of Shadows is a chess game.
Yes.
Yeah.
It gets like to that level of, well, if someone's like this, then they are considered the tiddly, and someone like this is considered the wink.
Nice.
And normally, a wink who has been exalted to power has been forced by a tiddly. Or by a very large wink.
Oh man.
Every time I hear Tiddly, it just reminds me of Ned Flanders. For some goddamn reason.
Lovely doodly, neighbour.
Mm-hmm.
Howdy doodly,
Yep.
neighbour. It's a glory diddliest day.
Oh man. I love how this is like the companion books to friggin' so your father lost a tiddlywinks. But
Yeah.
this is more like the more analytical step-by-step process on how to become a pro.
Yep.
Yes.
And even goes on to describe people in the former professionals or otherwise. We're terrible
Nice.
people.
I mean, yeah. And there we
Anyway.
go.
So,
Anyways.
Betoir now has his hat that needs to be delivered. Yoko
Yes.
has a shiny new book. You are currently sat in a very seedy tavern. It's not terrible. It's just like being in a what you know is the local Weatherspoons where everybody would hang out that you don't want to hang out with. If you want some drugs, this is the place to pick them up. Kind of seedy.
Yeah, days.
So what would you guys like to do?
Do they have cookies?
They do indeed have cookies.
Sweet. I'll buy a couple of cookies and I just dust them ever so slightly with moon sugar.
Okie cokes. Cost you a couple of copper pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And it's when you sort of pick them up and everything, you realise that these cookies were made a few days ago.
Yeah.
They're not quite at the point of funky, where they're going mould, but they're getting quite soft and bendy.
Jail.
Yeah.
I'll just stick them in a baggie with a piece of bread. They'll soften up.
Yeah, this is true.
Anyway, why aren't you getting Marlon to make cookies?
Oh,
This is true.
this is very true.
I actually didn't think of that.
Make
Hey.
cookies.
You'll
When you
forget,
have a
Marlon can make
baker.
magical cookies.
Yes.
You literally have.
What kind of magical cookies?
Anything.
Well, in
Bacon.
that case,
Oh,
Sugar
actually,
cookies with M&M's.
Betoir actually turns to Marlon like, these cookies aren't as fresh I would like, so could you whip up a batch of just sugar cookies and chocolate chip cookies?
I just like shortbread and. Have you?
yeah.
Mhm.
First of all, between Betoir and Marlon, I need you two to make an investigation check for me. Just to see if you can find a
Okay.
kitchen that will let you get away with this. It's a busy city after all.
I actually made chocolate chip cookies before I went on holiday.
Oh,
Made a batch.
nice.
I haven't actually made biscuits or anything in ages. Really should.
Was it
Made
investigation?
them half sugar and dark chocolate.
Sounds nice.
Sugar. Oh, and a bit of salt in them. So they were sort of salted.
Oh. Nom sounds delicious.
Indeed. Marlon, can I have an investigation check from you as well, please?
Yep, the sheet's loading still.
I'm amazed your character sheet takes ages to load.
Know why? And I thought, oh, it was my old computer, but this is on my laptop, so it just takes forever to load.
Something to think about. Anyways, between the two of you, we do manage to find a kitchen that will allow you to cook your own biscuits and what have you. Thankfully, they do have an enchanted oven, as it were, so it bakes things a bit quicker.
Nice.
To be fair, we could just walk up to a kitchen and be like, I am the world famous Molon.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright then. And with your cooking underway, Marlon, I need you to make an intelligence check for me. As you're prepared, bake your cookies.
Roll for baking.
Indeed. God, that's such a rare thing, isn't it? roll for bake.
To be honest,
Gingy and the tri-drones are sort of running around.
Yep. Your confectionery marvels, some of the kitchen stuff, like they're alive. Come look at this.
Intelligence, was it?
Yes, an intelligence check.
Not saving throw.
Not a saving
Check.
throw. The other one. Ho ho! You make a perfectly good batch of cookies. You reckon if you sold these on the market, you'd probably get around about 8 to 10 gold for the lot.
I bake some more and
Okay.
go and sell them out on the street.
Go ahead and give me another intelligence check. Oh, and can you also roll for me a D100 as well?
oh god.
Yay!
God.
D100's fun.
What does it represent? For 100 different varieties of cookie that it will end up becoming.
More for fun things. Okay, so the second batch isn't as great as your first. It's passable, but not amazing. Alright, I need a very particular table.
I
It's going to be like chocolate cookies of Featherfall or something like that.
What is it?
God.
It's /r space D100.
In all honesty, I for one can go for...
Oh wow!
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, we could go for some
Alright.
cookies of Fireball, where when you eat them, you just go, and you just unleash a fireball.
There we go.
Out your mouth or farting?
Either.
This reminds me in
Options.
Harry Potter of doing the Fred and George. They have a thing called a tongue toffee.
Ah, yeah.
Person's tongue into like a giant purple lizard's tongue.
Nice.
Okay. So, as you bake these last batch of cookies, these are the ones that you don't think would do very well. Without realising it, you've accidentally imbued some of them with arcane power. So what you now have are a couple of cookies that will maximise the damage of the next spell you cast within a minute.
Well, within the minute.
Yep. So
Of
you
eating them, you mean?
Yep, you eat it, and then for the next minute, any spell you'll cast will be the maximum damage.
I will be keeping that then.
Yep. We'll just do a quick roll out of the 12 that you bake off. You reckon about 2 of them, certainly. The rest is kind of they might be okay. Be fine. What's the worst that can happen?
Nothing could go wrong here.
It have fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that works a lot better when it comes to your magical baking. Do a D100 and see what comes up on the wild magic table.
Yeah.
Me?
Again, so a couple of cookies of maximise magic.
I don't know. Why it won't do a D100.
You're forgetting the D before the 100
Right.
because it's just thinking, oh, I need to roll 100. So that's what I'll do. If you put a D100 in,
No.
/R D100, then it'll do a percentile.
3.
Ooh. That's an interesting one. So you managed to do a couple more, which allows you to see invisible creatures when you have a line of sight to them.
Ooh.
So you got
Ooh,
empowered magical
that's
cookies
nice.
and see invisible cookies.
Nice.
Da-da.
Da-da-da-da. And out of that batch, you find a solid 8 of them sort of have this arcane hum to them.
Well, these are likely
Nice.
getting sold then now.
These are not for selling.
You can just call cookies of icy dead people.
Better make a note of these.
It,
To be fair.
it could be a lot worse. It could be the fireball sweets.
Or the
Have a
laceration sweets.
Have a fireball, which is just basically a rock of mint and chili powder in the middle of your mouth, but you explode as if you're in the fireball. So, anyways, how would you guys like to go on your hunt for Titus Maximus? It is my question for you before we wrap up tonight's game.
I mean,
Is there like a note or something inside the hat?
As you check the hat, you remember that, of course, the hat did say it might pay you to investigate the hat. And upon, sort of folding it out and seeing it in full size, you feel the note of paper hit your hand. Looking at it, it tells you to visit the temple district and go see the Platinum Dragon.
Okay, I know where I'm going. And the rest of the party can follow if they want.
just so. Yeah, carry on.
No, say what you're going to say first.
I was gonna say. Just so you know, I'm not following you because I want to help you kill a person. I'm only following you so that you don't get into too much trouble.
I know, and I accept your moral standing on the matter.
I accept you being the moral anchor.
Yes.
Alright then. And with that, we bid you all thank you for watching. As always, because it's getting to 10 o'clock, so that seems like a good place to end it. Gives me a chance to build the map for the city and everything.
Haha.
So, yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for playing. Hope you all enjoyed this week.
Yeah.
This was
Bit
a fun week.
than mad planning. And see you all sometime in the week for a stream. Probably not Tuesday, definitely not Wednesday, maybe Thursday, and I don't know what I'm going to stream then. Probably might do some more Rainbow Six because I've gone back into it again. And then usual same bat time, same bat channel on Monday for the live show.
Yay!
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.